For years, developers wrote code and QA engineers tested it. But what happens when IDE itself starts writing, testing, and debugging code autonomously? Antigravity and other AI native IDEs are changing the development workflow completely. So, in this video, I'll compare antigravity with other AI powered IDEs and also know the functionality of antigravity and how AI has evolved towards these AI powered IDEs and explain what this shift means for automation testers. So all these things like who wins for developers and QA engineers in 2026, right? So we have all these AI native IDs, which is not only helping developers to write the code, but also to execute it. The IDs can now look into your code, browse all the codes you have in your folder and suggest you something, and they can even execute the code, they can edit the code, they are able to deploy the code as well directly to Git. Now we'll see the evolution from AI assistant, like where we used to have ChatGPT and Gemini, and how we evolved towards AI powered IDs. Okay, at during 2022 and onwards, we have the autocomplete era. Okay, so we had GitHub Copilot. Okay, where AI used to suggest the next lines of code based on the context, based on the coding you are doing, right? Now then around 2023-24, chat assistant like ChatGPT integration was there. Okay. Conversational coding. Let's suppose your code needs to have a new functionality. Let's suppose you are writing a automation test case and you need to have some additional functionality in your code. So ChatGPT integration or Gemini integration or Copilot integration helped you to just have a conversation, and that assistant will build the code for you. But still, manual execution was required. Whatever the code was developed, you need to manually execute it and see the result, and as per the output or the error you are facing in the code, you need to debug. Okay, or you can directly paste the output of the code to the chat assistant, and there onwards the chat assistant, they will be suggesting you few more changes. Now we have the AI native IDs, okay, where let's suppose we give access of a particular folder in which we have kept all the code. So it is able to do the reasoning, okay, the full code base, like it will be going through each and every code in your folder, and it will try to understand, it will try to execute the code and try to understand what is happening in the code. It will give you a summary, and also it will try to suggest you few changes so that your code becomes optimized. Okay, we have autonomous testing as well, refactoring and debugging also. In case like any issues are there in your code, it will be suggesting you few changes, and not only suggesting, it will ask you for your permission so that it can change the code in your file itself. It can even trigger the code for you, it can deploy the code for you to Git. Like all these things are there. Okay, now we'll see what has changed. AI has moved from suggestion engine to execution engine. That is the power of AI agents. And all these AI native IDs are using AI agent or agentic AI for the execution. There are various agents inside the IDs, which is understanding your requirement, understanding the code. Then some other agent is writing the code. Okay, and there are few other agents who is executing the code for you. Okay, we have debugging agents also, which will debug the error, and it will try to write the code again. Okay, it will not seek for your permission. Like initially it might seek for your permission, but as soon as it finds a code, encounters a debug like issue, it will try to debug and auto generate the code again. Okay, so the new capabilities are the complete project context awareness is there. Okay, now initially LLMs were had limitation, like the number of tokens were limited. That's why to be context aware was difficult for the LLMs. But now after like they have increased the number of tokens or the number of the amount of context it can have at a single time, the complete picture has changed. Okay, autonomous multi-step task execution without constant prompting, right? So it will execute the code, see the output, and as per the output, if anything additional needs to be done, it will do it automatically. We do not need to tell it. Okay, like you must have seen the ads about anti-gravity. Okay, what they are saying, you can just paste your requirement. Okay, you can just write your requirement, you can go for a coffee break, and after you return from the coffee break, the code will be ready. Okay, the anti-gravity will try to execute everything, and your code will be ready. And this is like mind-blowing stuff, guys. Like it is helping not only in development, but also it is helping the automation testers to write the test cases, execute the test cases, and keep the code base really clean. It has real-time debugging functionality also with root cause analysis, and it has predictive code health monitoring and optimization as well, right? So unlike traditional IDs with simple AI plugins, Antigravity is built from ground up as an AI native environment. This is architectural distinction fundamentally changes how development work gets done, right? So it has agent-based workflows. Okay, it has autonomous debugging, and it has context aware intelligence as well. It understands the way in which you have written your code. It tries to understand the entire code base, whatever current folder or file access you have given. Accordingly, it is able to understand your entire code base, right? So the difference, you no longer coding with AI assistant, you are supervising the AI execution, right? You just need to supervise whether the code developed or the functionality developed is as per your requirement or not. So we have QA integration as well, which generates comprehensive test cases, simulates the complex user flows, and identifies the edge cases also, which human testers might miss, right? And it has multi-step execution. It can handle entire workflow end to end and update the test, check the dependencies, and commit with descriptive messages, right? Now, do we have only anti-gravity? Are the other companies sitting idle? The quick answer is no. You must be aware that Cursor is also it has built something where we have AI powered IDs. Okay. Similarly, we have GitHub Copilot Workspace. Okay. We have AI. So the native AI architecture, Antigravity is having the full native AI architecture, whether the Cursor, GitHub, and Replit are having hybrid or partial features, right? So agent based workflow, Antigravity is having everything, but again, others are having limited. Slowly, like Cursor will also like fully change to or like pivot to agent based workflows also. And if we talk about the full code base reasoning, the anti-gravity has strong code base reasoning, and as compared to others, Replit AI is better, right? And we have multi-step task execution in anti-gravity. We have multi-step task execution, and slowly, like if we see the Cursor, GitHub, and the Replit AI, now they also have the multi-step task execution. Okay, QA or test integration. So everyone is trying to emerge in this field. Okay, not like I would not say that everyone is having this integration, but slowly and steadily they are emerging to have the test integration as well. So like it gives you a functionality to have 3x fast task completion and 85% test coverage improvement as well, right? And what does it mean for you QA and automation engineers? Okay, so if you talk about old QA workflow, developer used to write code. Okay, we QAs used to sit idle. Okay, now after the developer is done with the writing the code, QA writes the automation scripts. Okay, and we used to have manual review cycles, bug reports, and the entire process used to repeat as for as many times, so that we are satisfied the entire code is behaving as per the requirement. Okay, now if we talk about the current scenario where we have AI ID workflow, AI writes the code and the test as well. Okay, AI suggests fixes by itself, okay, autonomously. QA validates the AI decision. Okay, so QA engineers, what they need to do is to validate the AI decision, whether the steps taken by the AI ID is as per the requirement. Okay, whether it is not missing any edge cases, because everything like these things are new. Okay, these needs human output or reply, so that they can understand whether the decisions taken by the AI ID is correct and as per the requirement or not. Okay. And we have risk based human verification also. We need to verify whether the functionality whatever AI ID has developed is correct. Okay, so these roles will be flourishing, okay, in the future market. Quality architect role, okay, where we need to define the test strategies, risk parameters, and acceptance criteria, right? Next is AI validator role. So whatever AI generated code is there, or automation tests are there, we need to check for logical errors, okay, whether there are any security vulnerabilities, okay, or any hidden edge cases are there that AI might have overlooked, right? So again, like prompt engineer role would always be there, like as long as we have the LLMs and generative AI, okay, so it will be there. So this is another area where QA engineers should look their futures into. Okay, so slowly QA will shift from script writers to AI supervisors, right? And the future is bright, guys. Like the number of executions we have, the number of implementations we have, the more number of QAs will be required. Okay, but the skill shift is there. QA engineers must develop AI literacy. They should be aware about all which is happening around in the AI space. Okay, they should understand the limitation of the model. Okay, so they should be aware of the biases each and every model has. Okay, and again, like your judgment, your knowledge, your understanding of the scenario, okay, it remains irreplaceable. Okay, so the functional testers, they evolve into workflow validators, okay, whether like everything whatever is happening inside the ID is as per the requirement or not. So if we say like this was the video, guys, okay, the important thing is not whether anti-gravity wins or we lose, right? The important thing is that AI native IDs are here and they are going to stay in the near future. We are entering an era where developers don't just write code, they supervise AI system. And QA engineers don't just test features, they validate the AI generated systems. The future belongs to those who adapt early. And if you want to stay ahead in AI, in automation, and the future of software engineering, make sure you follow Akansha Academy. And this was the video, guys. Thanks. Like, if you have stayed till this point in this video, please press the like button, share, subscribe, and we'll be back with another video. Thank you so much.